Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Has Shona Robison finally flipped her lid? Has she finally let go of all remaining sense and is now being detained under Section 5 of the Mental Health Act? It seems a good possibility. She seems to have completely taken leave of her senses. She's applied to Westminster to have full fiscal control over Scotland. This is basically Devo Max. Now, there is, of course, zero chance of it happening, but the very fact that she's asking for it shows that she is absolutely off her trolley and is not the fit and proper person to be in control of Scotland's finances. She wants this, and yet will have to admit that the Scottish people would have to find a way of filling the £9 billion black hole, and that's the official figure. You know, the unofficial figure, the real figure, is going to be at least double that. But they'd have to do that through income tax and other revenue gathering, services. And it's not as though the oil fields are going to pay for each other. They're all being closed down and coming to end of life with the overtures of not renewing licenses, and you have the oil giants sort of not investing there. So it will die quite quickly. Now, this was initially put forward in 2016, rejected then. Not just rejected by MPs, but rejected by everybody. The majority of Scottish people did not want this either. So you're 9 years later, and they want to have a go at it again. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means that Scotland will be completely responsible for its own income and expenditure. Whoopee-doo, you think that's absolutely fine. Except, of course, they'd run out of money like that. Sure, the Barnett formula would continue, but you have to remember of all the other things that the Barnett formula doesn't pay for, but which they get money for outside of the Barnett formula. And plus, there's also emergency funding that can be made available. All that would stop. And what will happen then also if, given all those powers, many of the companies decide, we don't like this regime, we're going to go and move south to England. Or, a massive rise in unemployment. Or mass immigration by people who will never work. These are all various things that I'm sure Shona Robison has factored in at every stage of her very, very complex calculations. No, I didn't think so either. And that's what comes to mind when you think she's absolutely bonkers. Now, the latest Government Expenditure and Revenue Survey, the GERS, has shown that Scotland has spent 22 billion more than it earned, and it's getting worse by 900 million a year. How do we think this is going to go when they have complete control of this? It's sheer madness. It's folly. It won't happen. Thank God. Rest assured, Scotland, you will not be put in that position. But that woman wants it. Dear heavens, God help you. Bye.